Welcome, my friends, to another episode of Special Attack. Today we're looking at Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version. Let me just start off by saying I am infatuated with this game. I was kind of like, I thought it looked really cool from the trailers. I thought the gameplay looked like a lot of fun. I mean, it wasn't on my must-play list this year, but I did decide to pre-order it and pick it up. And boy, am I glad I did, because this is just such a solid action-adventure game, and I'm having a really good time with it. There's various things that I really love about it, and the only thing that I really have to complain about so far is the load times are a little bit long. That one that we just saw right there was one of the lesser evils, but sometimes when you're loading in this whole giant world, it does take a little bit long. Now, what you just saw right there is me working on a challenge. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, that's really it. The other complaints are non-existent just yet. I'm not terribly far into the game. I did play a good 3 hours of it maybe today, just trying to get my bearings here. So I want to start off by just jumping into combat. That was a whiff, but as you can see, it's badass. This game is incredibly cool. Everything feels really good and visceral. Everything feels very, very fluid. Now, you may have heard some comparisons to Arkham, the Arkham franchise, Batman Arkham, as well as Assassin's Creed. This is completely accurate. Completely accurate. Not to say that's good, not to say that's bad. It's just true. That's all I'm saying here. I don't really know what the deal is with this guy. Can I go over there and beat his ass? I would really like to. I would thoroughly enjoy that, but I'm not really sure if I can. So I'm going to show you everything I can. This is going to be a little bit of a lengthier playthrough. Why don't we jump down here and start off with showing you guys the combat, first of all. Now, the cool thing about combat is I can switch between Ranger mode, which is what I am now, human, and then a Wraith right there, which is like the undead spirit that is joined by my soul to give me special powers and abilities, and we are uncovering the mystery as to how we became on the same path. So, as you can see, the combat right here is very much that Arkham style. It's that stick and move style that you gotta use your counter and your execution moves, which I'll show you right now. Just brutal, just brutally beautiful, and I love it so much. Now you can intertwine Wraith powers. Let me get a guy right here, which you just saw. There's a Wraith stun, and then a Wraith finish. So it's really, that's what makes it unique from Arkham, is that you can involve your Wraith powers as well as your standard combat maneuvers. So that's really interesting right off the bat. Other than that, the similarities between Batman really aren't all that great. How do I free these slaves, I wonder? I would like to free you, sir, and I don't know how. So you can unlock lots of cool missions, lots of side missions. Why don't we, now that we saw a little taste of the combat, which we'll get more further into. This game is gorgeous, by the way. If you can just see the detail in the character, in the world. It's a really beautiful game. I'm not a graphics snob by any stretch of the imagination, but the game looks great. Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing that it has similar to, hang on a minute. This guy wants to interrupt my show. Alright, buddy. Bring it. Yes, sir. That's some satisfying combat right there if I ever saw some. Boom! Peace out, Lockjaw. Don't you ever interrupt my show again. They do not like that one bit. Oh boy, we can't catch a break. These guys do not want me to finish this show. They want me to just fight. I'll be happy to oblige, or okay? Boom. See ya. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, you have stealth moves. See how I'm kind of crouched right here? Hopefully we'll come across a stealth situation where I can really show that off. But right now it looks like we're just in Orc City, but that's okay because we're going to get to know some more combat And that's important as well because the game heavily relies on its combat system. Oh boy, we're running into all kinds of criminals out here. That's what I like. This is what's cool about the game, is that you just run into stuff like this. I was just minding my own business, trying to free some slaves, and then I run into these captains, which are going to help us gain experience and abilities throughout the game. And if they get away, they will remember you, and they develop their own story, which is just so awesome, and just really, like, I hate to use the term because I think it's overused and I don't really like it, and I know it's not even, it's this gen now, but it feels very next gen to me. When your enemies can remember you and develop their own story, I think that is fantastic, and this game literally delivers on what it said it was going to do. Execution, baby. The big guys live through the execution moves. We'll try to, I'll set up execution on one of these little guys, and you'll see what happens to them. The captains and the bigger enemies, though, they can live through it. But this guy, not so much. I don't think I've been touched yet, which is fantastic. Just a little bit of braggage right there. Feeling really good about my skills. I broke my combo, though. Oh, you got me, you bastard! Oh, what was I, poison or something? Am I done? Oh, get out of this! My man! That's never happened to me before, I was real confused. Get him! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. You can't write this stuff. That was beautiful, I loved it so much. And now we just got some Wraith and an Elf shot. Wait, what is happening? What is happening, you guys? This is some of the most crazy stuff I've ever seen. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what just happened there. Doomed. Jesus. I was just getting mobbed by captains and bosses back to back.
This'll help my reputation no end.
That was really interesting. Wow. So this guy killed me, and then he will be promoted in the ranks right here. This is what I'm talking about. It's a good look at the Nemesis System. Although I haven't met most of these, but you can see this is Sauron's army, and you can see who's getting promoted and who I've killed, which is, I can't see the killed ones for some reason. Oh, these are the ones I need to go after still. So while we're in here, this is the game map. I believe this is the entire map. I don't think anything else opens up. But I've only been right here, as you can see. I'm in the very beginning still. But there's all kinds of things. There's side missions. There's main missions. There's collectibles that'll show up on your map. Things of that nature. It's just standard stuff. It's nothing too out of the realm of normalcy. But
what do you want with me? If I have a name,
now that we did that, and just got real wrapped up in some combat right there for a sec, why don't we try to make it over to our current mission? And I am looking for someone. I'll give you guys a look at this actually. Well, first of all, while we're in here, here's the weapons and runes. Your weapons. I have my bow. That was my sword on this last page. Sorry, I skipped over that. And then we have our dagger. And you can equip runes to these when you kill enemies that drop them. So captains usually carry the runes, and then you can attach them to your weapons to unlock new abilities. So right now, I believe I have this hidden blade equipped. It's a stealth kill focused rune. So ground executions will deal extra damage to captains and war chiefs when I have this rune equipped. Actually, I think this is equipped right now. I meant to equip this. Recover all focus and health for killing a captain. Yeah, that's what I wanted to. So what we're going to do is actually attach that one right there because I need some health when my stealth kills go down. I think I have runes available for my bow, so why don't we attach one of those right as well. So now I can attach this right here, and I'll recover an elf shot, which is the bows I use, or excuse me, the arrows I use to shoot from. So I have a chance to gain back those while riding a monster. Excuse me. Now here's a look at the upgrades menu. It seems small, but it's really not. If you look, there's a lot of tiny icons in here. These are your basic upgrades, your ranger upgrades, and then you have your wraith upgrades, which is like, you know, your powers. This is essentially your combat, defense, and stuff. And then you have your powers over here. So I'm just beginning to scratch the surface there. It takes a little bit to get one. Sometimes you need, as you can see, the right amount of ability points, and it takes a little bit. It's not that quick to get there. Now what we have here is our attributes that contributes directly to our character traits. What I can unlock right there is this health, because I have 100 of these experience orbs built up, and then there you go. Now we have more health by 20. So yeah, there's just a quick look at the menu. All this stuff is just information, things we've seen, things we've done, enemies we've seen, cutscenes, things of that nature. So what's cool is Sauron's army. Now, this guy right here, Ratbag the Coward, is who I'm going after. And what you can do, which is really cool, is actually go in and view his strengths and weaknesses. So, as you can see, he becomes terrified at the sight of ghouls, becomes terrified at the sight of grogs, and he becomes terrified when hit by Morgul fly swarms. So that's stuff you're going to want to remember when going after this enemy. Because you can use something in your environment, something around you, to frighten him or terrify him and weaken him a little bit. So it's really cool the way you have to like use, you know, your resources to figure out what's going on. Now, if we look over here, this is the guy who just killed us and was promoted. He has information we need. And you can see right there, to learn his details, we must find intel or interrogate another captain. So you have to get there through killing them as they rank. So he's a little bit lower in the ranks. We got to get to him before we can get to these higher level fellows, because that's how the game works. So yeah, that's just a quick look at the Nemesis system, and it's really, really cool. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's just something that I feel has been the most next-gen thing about this game so far. And it's just solid. I mean, I wanted to see if I could get in and show. There was a way I could see who I'd already taken down. He had a head on him, but I can't seem to get there anymore. I don't know what I did before. We want to be going after him though, so I'll set him. There was a way I was in here before, and I could see actually which of them I've taken down. Now when I kill him, I say when because I will kill him, maybe it'll show us that. Unless it's in here and I just missed it. No, but I don't see it. So let's try and get ourselves to him. This is going to be one of the main missions. It's the only main mission I'm going to do if I don't die. It looks like I might die because there's a lot going on right here. But boy, this game is fun. I'll tell you that right now. Oh God! I don't know what I was looking at there. I'm not going to let this happen again. These things maul me every time I get near them. There we go. Where'd that big fella go? Come here, big boy. Mama! Thought I hit X. Boy, was I wrong. Not gonna make it. Whew. I gotta toughen up my skills in this world, I'll tell you that right now, you guys.
What is this sorceress power to enter their minds?
Alright,
It is not
so
natural.
let's seriously try and make it to this story mission. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm gonna try to get there so we can check one of these things out. You can see kind of, let's try to see if I can pull off a stealth kill here. This is what I was saying before, well, what I was trying to say before I was attacked, about the other things it borrows from the Arkham universe, as well as Assassin's Creed, actually. So yeah, it's very fair to say that those games borrow, that this game, excuse me, borrows from those, because it definitely does. As you can see in the climbing right here, it's very Assassin's Creed-like. Take out these archers, because they'll alert everybody else that we're here. That's priority. It's cool, just the way the game works like that. So we're just gonna try to get over to this story mission now, so I can show you guys that. But I am really loving it. I mean, like I was saying, it definitely borrows lots of things from Assassin's Creed. It borrows lots of things from the Arkham franchise. I don't think it's good or bad. I just think it's true. And I love both of those franchises. So actually, in my opinion, I think it's good. Why not take from something that works? It's not like a shot for shot, mechanic for mechanic repeat of a game. This game is very much its own game. So let's try not to get caught here. We're near a stronghold. I just want to get to the main mission.
Best kind of talk is a dead talk.
So maybe we'll try and get on top of this building so we don't get into too much trouble. I'll tell you what I like about the traversal in this game compared to Assassin's Creed is there's ways for you to climb onto everything. It's not so specific like Assassin's Creed where you have to hit that certain marker, you can't climb that building. I always thought that was very, very annoying, especially because it made the difference between life and death sometimes, and that's not the case in this game. You're constantly having fun. I'm constantly having fun. And I think that's what's really important. Can I slide on this thing? I can slide on this thing. I want to. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, see, they just really make it easier for you to have fun no matter what you're doing or where you are in the game. So now we're almost here. Stealth kill this idiot before he blows my cover.
I will hunt you through
Oh
all
boy,
the
this
black
guy.
mountains of Mordor.
Well, let's see what we gotta do, folks. I'm not gonna shirk my duties. We're right here anyway. There are ways to ride and mount these beasts here, but I don't know how to do it.
Retreat and lift your fight again!
Don't you retreat. I'm gonna kill you. And you're gonna like it. Maybe you won't, but I will. Oh man. So the idea is that sometimes you can leave a scar on an enemy and he'll retreat and come back and you'll remember that that's who you fought earlier, which is really cool. Take this puppy out before he causes us any more problems. Let's see if we can get this guy out of here. Boom shakalaka. Now we'll try and carry on with our mission here. Lots of interruptions, lots of interruptions. So, another thing I think is really cool that you won't be able to hear in this video is stuff like this when you're in the bushes and you're walking through here. The sound actually plays through your speaker in your PlayStation 4 controller if you're playing on the PlayStation 4. I think that's just so cool. They do lots of cool stuff with the PlayStation 4 speaker in the controller. There's some cool audio logs that play all the rougher sounds when you're walking through the grass and the trees. It's really cool.
Come close.
So I'll let you guys take a listen to this real quick, and then we'll get into the mission.
Slave scum! I'm pouring poison in your ear. Oh, but you cut these ropes. Ratbag will tell you everything.
Now, what would you know that all these other dead orcs didn't?
Go ahead, you bastard! Do it! I'll die, and you'll know nothing!
Maybe I'll grant your request. End your miserable life.
No. I was just look, those slaves are no match for the orc army. Their schemes as rotten as barrelfish. But Ratbag can teach you the ways of the orc. Ratbag can make your plan work.
We're going to find out what you know.
Alright, so that was a little bit of an interrogation sequence. Now we can gain intel on this guy right here by talking to Ratbag. So he unlocks, and then we can find out how to get to him and take him out next. See the kind of way that it works. You interrogate your enemies, and you defeat the higher level enemies by gaining information. So there we go. This guy's motive is looking for a beast to prove his mastery over. He's our main mission. Doesn't matter what his mission is, because we're gonna take him out. And now his weakness that we can exploit is listed right here. He's vulnerable to mounted beasts. So if we find one of those beasts and we're capable of mounting one, he'll be terrified and weakened. And that's what you have to remember to go take him out. Now right here it lists his strengths. He's invulnerable to ranged attacks, so you're not going to want to go in with a bow and arrow. He's good with he's got a good heavy attack, so you want to keep it distance but not too far, because you can't use ranged attacks to get him. So there's just another good look at the Nemesis system right there.
Your problem, Ranger, is the war chiefs. Strong leaders they are. Now, if something were to happen to them, then they wouldn't be able to stop your little insurrection, would they?
I would hunt them down.
How? They're not very popular around here, and they know it.
But you can find them.
Oh, yes. Ratbag will show you the way. You help me, I help you.
Do not make me regret this deal.
Marvelous. Now let's stop faffing about, huh? First, need to take care of a certain captain and a few caragors. Come with me, Ranger.
Alright, so this played out a little bit differently than my last one.
Those slaves are standing in the
Ratbag is
back.
helping me now. Instead of
At
me
least
killing
the
him,
Mordor
we
will
use him for
stand in the
information.
front.
So the game is constantly evolving, the game is constantly changing.
We have similar goals,
And
Ranger.
it's really
See,
hard to get
you
sick of
wanna
playing it
kill
for
the
that very
captain,
reason.
and
Not that I'm
somebody's
even
got to
close.
take
Like I
his
said,
place.
I'm in the beginning still,
Somebody like
and I'm just
Ratbag.
having such a blast.
So this Goroth is in charge?
Of this camp, yeah. Well, he's no war chief. They answer directly
If
to
you
the Black
recognize that voice, that's Troy
shoot 'em
Baker.
all
He did
with
things
arm in
such
the
as
back,
The
hands
Last
in
of
a
Us. He was
circle.
Joel in The Last of Us. I'm gonna grab
Becoming
this
a
real
captain
quick.
is just the first
Um,
step of Ratbag's plan to become
I don't need
a
it.
war chief.
So yeah, he was in The
Been
Last of
prepared to
Us. He
step
played
hard
Joel.
on his
He
neck.
does the voices in the Marvel Avengers for Hawkeye and Loki. He's everywhere. This guy's everywhere. He does everything. He's a great voice actor.
How did you get free, scum?
So we have a bonus objective. We want to keep Ratbag alive, and we also want to defend. We also want to defeat this guy while defending Ratbag. So let's see what this says here. Defenders will block frontal attacks and must be hit from behind. So this is how we're going to use that dodge attack. It's nothing no one's really not unfamiliar with.
Leave the vermin alone.
And if we can keep Ratbag alive, we'll gain bonuses. So that's what we want to do. And that's what we're going to do.
Not me. The Ranger's meat is far more tender.
Even though he's selling us down the river to every guy who comes near him. That's fine. It's not for him. It's for the experience, you guys. Just remember that. We don't really care about him.
Well done, Ranger.
And Ratbag lives.
Now, just
So we
make
got
sure
the
all
bonus
these
objective
corpses is
completed,
Goroth.
and we got the
These
main
realize your
objective
goals.
completed.
Goroth's been out for Ratbag for years. Smug piece of
Another quick
dung
thing I
it
want to mention is when you enter
We
Wrath
come
mode,
to
it's kind of
blows
like
as far
your
back as Ratbag can remember.
vision, your sense. You can see enemies around you. You can see,
Last time,
what's coming your
it kicks
way.
Ratbag into the
Sort of
caragor
also
pit.
like in
All the
Assassin's
others
Creed and
laugh
Batman
as Caragor
Arkham.
bats Ratbag around like a yarn ball.
There's also awareness levels in this game, which I hadn't mentioned. Your enemies can become more or less aware of you depending on how you're walking around, if you're being stealthy or not. So yeah, that's another feature of the AI. The AI
Let me
performs
guess, you
pretty
think I should open
brilliantly
those
in this game,
pens?
if I do say so myself.
Goroth's always in there. Never leaves, ever. Wonder where he pees. Oh,
So we're just still
that
following
explains the
Ratbag to take us
smell.
where we need to be here.
Keep out of sight. I'll see that your captain gets demoted.
Splendid plan. You kill, I wait. That's
All right.
military genius, that is.
So we don't want to raise the alarm,
Gorof's right up ahead. Salivating
which
with
means this is going to
anticipation.
require us to be stealthy. So we're going to want to take out archers, and we're going to want to keep things as quiet as possible. Now, this is my first actual stealth mission. I've done stealth gameplay in the game, but this is my first stealth mission. So hopefully this goes well for the sake of the video. I suppose we'll find out very shortly. I think what I'm going to try and do is just climb up this side of the building right here.
They were made by slaves, dragging their feet.
Sword too. Unless pigs
Just want to be very, very quiet. We're hunting orcs. There's a throwback. It's a throwback for the older viewers here. You don't have to be careful on these ledges either. It's you're magnetized to them, which is fine with me. I don't. It's just one less thing to worry about. Like I said, I want to have fun when I'm playing this, so I don't want to have to worry about whether or not I'm going to fall off a ledge. So here we got one of these guys out of there. I don't know if these bees will hurt us or whatever they are, but I'm going to try to just go right across here if I can. Yeah, it seemed like it worked out okay. So I think we want to mount a beast is our goal right here.
This looks like a good spot to get
If
some
you
shot
remember,
off.
in the Nemesis
Goroth
menu
will
we
kill
saw
you if he catches you
that
napping.
Goroth is
Goroth
terrified
never comes
of
here.
enemies
He's always by
on
the
mounted
hunting camp.
beasts.
Goroth's in the hunting camp. So much for him always being in the same place. A captain who fears his own beast.
Fear is a powerful tool, Talion. Let's put Goroths to work.
We're gonna be beast masters soon.
So let's unlock a new ability before we get any further here. What do we got? Elven Swiftness or Detonate? I think we want the Swiftness. It'll make us a little faster, a little more agile on the battlefield. So now I wonder if I'm supposed to go down here, if I'm just supposed to keep on searching. I'd like to just be as quiet as possible, so I think I'll just keep going and see what happens. I don't see any enemies. So maybe we're okay. For now. We do have some enemies over here. So let's see how we can get around them without raising any alarms.
I managed to stay alive longer than anyone else here, and I still haven't got promoted.
But that's because the Watchers are too wound up on the talk to notice the likes of you.
Probably just take this bridge as long as nobody sees us.
You instead. Let him. I'll tell him to step aside and let me take care of the piece of schrock. You lot go ahead and cower. I ain't afraid of
I know this makes for riveting video watching, but I promise you in the game it's fun. It's very tense. So there's like...
Forge has been cooking up a right old
Let's take out this fellow over here.
All weapons, all slaughter.
If the menfolk outside Mordor
Did he live?
knew what's coming, they'd die of fright.
We're gonna be the most well-armed force this land has ever seen.
If he comes for me, I'm just gonna stab him.
Worst thing about the pigskins is the why they always act time. Lazy clubs.
Problem solved. See, this is a stronghold area, so we definitely don't want to make any noise. We want to keep this as quiet as possible.
You smell blood around here?
So, you're a
know if these guys can see me or not.
What's all this about us leaving Udu?
Let's try and get around though. We want to get a move on here. We don't want to be here all day, you know?
We're close. Now, which one of
All
this
right.
filth is Goroth?
Stealthy portions of games are not really my forte, so I was just trying to concentrate as best as I could.
I am Goroth! No!
Goroth.
Here he is. So he's a veteran captain. He is vulnerable by mounted beasts, terrified at the sight of Caragors, which I assume are the beasts. I don't know how I'm supposed to mount that beast right there. I don't know. Yeah, I would like to. Okay, so there's multiple I can release. I wonder if there's any in here that I can take care of. Oh shit. Nice. Wasn't sure if that was gonna work or not. I didn't know if I needed an upgrade to kill an enemy that way or what, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna release this beast right here. If I can. Now we're gonna kill this SOB.
Get down, fool!
Taking him out. Just put it down his health. Execute him. See where that brings us next.
How adorable! You tried it again!
Doing well. And that's the end of Goroth. So we can view our battle report now. So, okay, now that we helped Ratbag defeat Goroth, he was promoted into his position. So that's the way the Nemesis works all the way through, the Nemesis System, excuse me. So you got a really good look at that. And that's really the main hook of the game, and it's really, really beautifully executed. I like it a lot.
Get me a trophy.
Get lost, scum!
We only take orders for Goroth. That's the filthy corpse I need you to carry. Now go! Go!
Say your fish!
Be respectful, you dunghill worms, or it'll be your ear next time. Ratbag is your captain now. Let's go take a gander. Yeah, and when you're done with that, I've got more bodies for you to carry. Meet me at the crossroads. An old friend there is about to lose his head.
So it doesn't look like that's the last we're going to be seeing of Ratbag, obviously. But that's it. That's the end of the mission. You got to see a good look at the combat, a good look at the stealth, a good look at the Nemesis system. So there's our look at Shadow of Mordor. I love it. I highly recommend it. I really can't recommend it enough, in fact. Especially if you like action games and you got nothing to play right now. I mean, even if you do have stuff to play, you're going to want to make time for this one. It's really, really good, and I am just really enjoying my time with it, and I can't wait to get more into it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps me out. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for all other episodes of Special Attack and all my other content that I put up here throughout the days, the weeks, the months. I'm the Beast NJ. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special